Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to today's forecast. My name is Dan. This is my channel Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new to me, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on my Patreon page, thank you so very, very much. Just so you know, as of the 1st of the month, the new Archangel message is up and the Cupid's love message is up and available to those that subscribe over on Patreon. You also receive the daily forecast a day early. If you're interested in doing that, please go over to patreon.com, Engelgeist333, and purchase a subscription level, and that will get you guys some perks that are available only over there. So today, this is the daily forecast for Friday the 3rd of April. It is a message where I invite Spirit or the angels to kind of come in and help me to create a message that is for the highest good of the greater collective, right? So it is a timeless message. I believe that the Spirit is able to reach us whenever we need it. So if this is not the 3rd of April for you and you're seeing this video, don't turn it off just yet. It might very well have a meaning for you at this time in your life, and it may inspire you, hopefully. That's the goal. You certainly need inspiration during this time. Who knows, if you're seeing this maybe a year from now, you might need to look back and reflect and go, wow, we were dealing with that situation a year from now. And you'll know which situation I'm talking about. I treat it like Voldemort and Harry Potter. I don't really want to name it. But it is interesting times, to say the least. Something that we've never really been through before. Other ways that you guys can support the channel if you'd like is to follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. You could book a private reading through my business page on Facebook at Engelgeist333. If you follow the links on the YouTube channel up in the upper right hand corner, that will take you to all of my different socials. Also, if you would just hit the like or subscribe button, or hit the like button on the video, that also greatly helps. Comments help, suggestions, tell me sort of how the reading made you feel, or did it impact you in any way? Did it make sense or did it not? Do you have questions about what I've said? Certainly feel free to open up those lines of communication. I have plenty of time, guys. I'm at home just like most of you are. So let's see what's going on with the energy for today, for the 3rd of April, Friday. Okay. Beautiful. Partnerships and alliances. So this is like the 3 of Wands. Purple border is the spirit of the suit of spirit. This partnerships and alliances, this sort of speaks a little bit to me about the idea of, well, first off, even though this is the 3 of Wands, it makes me think of the 3 of Cups, which is sort of celebratory, and I feel like the energy of this card does feel celebratory. It's sort of like those flags that are kind of flying behind these 2 hands. I feel like this is us holding each other up, even though we maybe, it's funny that these hands are sort of clasping each other. Even though we're in a sort of period of social distance right now, right? This is the new sort of phrasing in our lexicon that is so strange to me, because when I go to type stuff into my phone, the word distancing comes up so quickly now, which is odd because it's not a word that I ever used to use, and now it's like in almost everything I text or that I see online and in the news. It's this new sort of buzzword. I like this card in sort of, because to me it feels like a balance between that. We may need to be sort of physically distant right now, but we can still be connected, is sort of what this card tells me, through spirit, through, say, maybe the internet or our phones. We can still connect to those that we love. We can still be of support in the best way we know how. I know that for some of you, and myself included, it can be hard right now to feel like we're being able to make a difference in others' lives that we care about, people we miss, people we're concerned about, or their well-being. But there is ways to sort of connect to them. I mean, let's even think, oh, sorry, it's the card's cut off. I wasn't looking at my camera angle. Let's even get a little bit crazy here and think about, like, can we telepathically communicate? I mean, I believe in that, right? There's moments where I've thought of somebody and then the phone rings and it's them on the phone. And I truly believe that that's sort of a form of telepathic communication that we don't necessarily always acknowledge. And I think that maybe some of this self-distancing and this isolation period that we're in might actually hopefully produce within some of us, the more free thinkers or the more forward thinkers, the opportunity to practice some of these skills. I think that it's very possible, right? This speaks to the idea of being in support of one another. Partnerships and alliances, we need to remember we're all in this together as a planet, really. I love that these hands are two different colors, which says to me that, like, you know, it doesn't really matter. And this feels like a female hand and a male hand, right? I'm actually, as I'm noticing that, I'm sort of feeling like there might be some of you that are feeling the spiritual pull or draw to want to be with your spiritual significant other, or there might be a longing for that. But what I feel like with these two hands sort of grasped at the wrist is this feels like you guys are linked, even if you may not physically be together, right? This also would go for like familial relationships or friendships, right? Platonic relationships that are deep. I feel like we need to kind of keep the focus on that, not allow ourselves to drift. In my Archangel message, I don't know if I'll share it mid-month this month again like I did last month, because I did share last March's Archangel message. I taped it back on, I want to say, February 21st or 25th, something like that, like a week before the pandemic broke. And I was kind of surprised that I had missed the pandemic. And then when I went back, something told me to go back and watch my Patreon videos, and I went back and I watched it. And it actually, although I don't say pandemic, it does talk about challenges that we would be facing in the month of March. So much so that I decided to release it publicly just to show people that maybe we're actually exactly where we need to be. It gave me hope, right? And although this is a trying time for everyone, myself included, it is teaching us how to sort of align and partner in ways that we've maybe not been able to, not ever explored, right? Maybe in ways where we've been less active or less attentive. Now all of a sudden that those things have been taken from us, we're starting to realize the importance of sort of our fellow human man, the people that we love, and the spiritual connections that we have with those people now that we're sort of our physical connections have been sort of removed at this time. I do think this is a card of hope. I feel that there's a lot of hope in this card. There's a lot of opportunity for support. And also, I feel like on a global level, this could be us sort of aligning and partnering right now, as we need to do that and support one another. We need to remember that as a planet, this spreads further and wider than just our own communities, just our own environment, just in how it affects us, right? And if we hold that idea in our mind, maybe we open ourselves up to being open to other people, our fellow man. Right? I love that this is a male hand and a female hand, right? And there are two different shades, right, of skin tone. To me, this is what I sort of feel like this pandemic can hopefully instill in us, is that there's no importance of skin color. There's no importance of gay, straight, bi, trans. There's no importance of male, female. These are just things that we chose to incarnate as, to experience a life through. And some of us are experiencing our own life through ideas of like individuality and judgment. And we need to let those things go at this point. We need to let those things go. It's not about what political party you're affiliated with. It's not about, it's about supporting your fellow man, because honestly, they're just as lost and struggling just as hard and trying to make as much of a rich, joyful life as you are. And if we were more in alignment with that and in support of that, not only within ourselves, but within others, this would be such a more blended and wonderful experience. So this card to me feels like it's your spirit calling out to start to begin to make those partnerships and alliances, however you may be able to do that. Start with the people that you love and care for, but then try and stretch that love and care towards people that you maybe don't understand or that you don't necessarily accept. Start to take this quiet time to look at, where are your prejudices? Where is your racism? Where is your, who goes first in your book? Right? And why is that? Is that something that you truly believe, or is that something that you were learned by how you were raised? Is that something that you choose to keep because you're in fear? fear of something being taken, fear of there not being enough. These are things that we should be addressing during this period. Because if we address these things and we look at them and we understand that maybe they're no longer valid, we can open ourselves up to these partnerships and alliances that are new and that are empowering and that are supportive and that are beautiful. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's see what the vibrational energy deck says. We have driving forces. Okay. Now, I love this because we're on a long road. I mean, you can automatically see this long road of this, to me, this dot is sort of, it's funny, we had that sort of red planet yesterday, right? When we looked at the apple in the forbidden fruit card. And this sort of reminds me of that apple. It feels like maybe it's being set further away from us. Maybe this focus on partnerships and alliances is opening us up to new ideas of thought, new ways of support, new ideas of love, realizing we're in this together, understanding what's important to us at a deeper spiritual level. And it's allowing that sort of red planet that we saw in that apple, that agitated red planet, to sort of be set away from us. Now we have a long road. This is what this road tells me. And there's these emanations coming out from this planet that's asking us, you can see the face that has this sort of shape of a butterfly in it. It's transforming who we are and what we think. When I think about the vibrational energy from April 1st, it was that dream catcher card, and I was saying, take that rest. Right? We had that picture of that woman's face and she was sort of sleeping. This is us maybe waking up a little bit from that rest and transforming with that butterfly. Let that transformation be your driving force today. Let that idea of partnerships and alliances open you up to where you feel spiritually connected. Allow that to be your guide and transform and take you down this road through this sort of agitated experience on the planet. That's why this looks to me like the red planet, right? Almost like, Mars, but in the sense of that apple that we were looking at yesterday, right? We're pushing that out of our focus and we're allowing our focus to be the journey onward, right? To a brighter sort of future. We're not I don't feel as though we're heading towards this planet. I feel like we're taking this road away from this planet, towards the unknown, right? Towards us. So keeping that in mind and keeping that idea of being malleable and open and the opportunity for transformation in our thoughts will bring about major changes, I think, for us. Now, the grounding stone, this is just a stone or an idea to sort of ground in today, is the idea of wealth. Now, I know that most people associate wealth with money, monetary things. I think what I feel like this is, the last few grounding stones, we have had sort of health show up as the underpinning of everything, right? When I think about wealth, is we want to look at where we are abundant. What things do we have to be grateful for right now? Where is it that we can sort of help others? Is that through a listening ear? Is that through emotional support? Is that through an online chat? Is that through a text message? Is that through transforming our mind and our thoughts and our ideas and allowing that to be the driving force to a better world, to creating more wealth for ourselves? More health, more wealth, more success, more trust, more faith. These are the words, more inspiration. These were the words of the grounding stones of this week, guys. Go back and watch the videos and look at the messages. These are the things and the ideas that we're supposed to be grounding in this week as we transfer through this period. We do have an opportunity here. This partnerships and alliances says to me that we're opening up to a wealth of opportunity and a wealth of transformation if we allow it. But we're going to have to change who we are, what we believe, open up our minds and our thoughts to an idea of it. Although it may be unknown, we can keep it sort of positive, keep the focus on building abundance, right? That's sort of like this wealth stone to me, is where can we create abundance, even if it's small abundance in our day today, or abundance for someone else so that they feel a little bit more abundant today. We're all in this together, guys. So very much so, much more so than, I don't know, probably since the last, God knows, World War. I don't even think we were this together when HIV broke, because the mass majority, I remember when HIV broke, it was a gay disease. It was gay people. Straight people weren't even scared. They were like, oh, it's a gay disease. The Christians thought it was God's way of killing us off, right? And then it became a drug addict disease. And then it just became everybody's disease, right? But we had gotten so comfortable with it. We had an opportunity back then during that pandemic to stand up and stop it, but it was a part of a subculture that no one cared about or that everybody assumed was wrong. So now we've got a pandemic on our hands that is a little less exclusive. So where do we create that wealth? Where do we create those partnerships? Where do we create those alliances? Where do we open up our mind and transform and allow that transformation to be the driving force that moves us into the next, sort of generation of new thought? And this is for the older thinkers, the people that have been around on the planet a little bit longer, the people that are more set in their ways, myself included. We need to open our minds and be more supportive and bring this planet through. And I know I have some of you guys as my viewers, so I'm speaking directly to you as much as I'm speaking to myself. Stay concentrated on what you guys have. Allow yourself to be in that trust and that faith. Build that abundance today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. I hope we're going to get through this. I believe that we are. We just have to continue to grow in ways that we've never been asked to grow before. All right. Have a great day. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.